This isn't a midlife crisis. It's a midlife reset. Backroads, business, building the next chapter. This is life at 50ish.
Hello.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome to Life at 50ish. It's the first episode of
It's
our
inaugural.
podcast. Inaugural. I can't say over.
That makes me sound a whole lot more important than I am. I'm not that important. I'm not inaugurable for anything.
Anyways, my name's Scott,
Joe?
I'm Colton.
and we're all, well, most of us.
Yeah,
Two of the
I'm the
three.
young one in this group for once, but it's not the age, it's the miles.
Yeah.
You got the miles.
I've got the
Got
miles.
a couple miles, right?
Just a few.
So, anyways, this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna sit here and be old man and talk about shit.
I'm just, I'm 18, working on the third go-around. Used to say it's 18 times 2, and that doesn't work anymore, so now I'm working on the third go-around at 18.
Got you.
Really didn't do the first two right, they're going to do this.
I think you kind of win in the age bracket. It's like age isn't a number, it's how many specialist doctors you have on speed dial.
I spent yesterday with the Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance.
Not everybody gets hit by a tree on their day off.
Y'all missed it. I told somebody else yesterday because he was giving me crap about putting creamer in my coffee. In my defense, it is pecan praline creamer, and that's a seasonal thing. And the Kuyan in me likes pecan praline.
What kind of bourbon is that?
And he said, "You're a fill in the blank." And I said, "Yeah, well, at least I can get hit by a tree and walk away from it. You get hit by a tree, you die." He looked at me and goes, "I don't know if that's a compliment or not." I was like, at this point, it came
So
on.
how's the tree doing? Is it okay? Or
No, it probably won't survive.
not gonna surprise?
Its
Yeah.
new name is Rick.
Right. Right. Oh goodness.
It had several other names as I was flying backwards through the air.
I'm sure
Well,
it did.
there's many ways to tell the story though, so we could always say that's the day that you tried to give your dad a heart attack.
I did. I'm the youngest one, but I somehow
There's that.
that decided it didn't want to stay on the wall anymore. Our
That's
podcast,
all right.
is this a podcast or is this a stream?
This is going to be many things. Eventually, what I think would be really cool with this would be if we get enough followers. So if you guys are watching this, go ahead and follow us so we can just do this live. How much more fun would it be to actually live stream? One day.
It'd be fun, but it'd be nerve-wracking as hell the first. I mean, this is pretty nerve-wracking here. My first time.
This ain't nothing, so.
Yeah, but you guys have done this before.
So yeah, but we had
I'm
to
not-
keep it clean.
Yeah.
Like we had a
They-
longer list. Like of the words we know, most of them were on the can't say it list. So we're kind of.
And you gotta think the first one was tied to TBR, so this one's a whole lot easier.
Yeah, this is much easier.
So tell us about yourself, Scott.
Let's see. Grew up in Wyoming. Lived everywhere when I was young, but ended up in Wyoming the last 10, 11 years. Sheridan, Wyoming. Cool
Okay.
little town. Got mountains right there. Spent a lot of time on the mountains.
The terrain here is familiar at least. It's home turf terrain.
There's a whole hell of a lot more trees here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Out there, there's no trees.
Yeah.
They
If
do
you're in a
attack,
flat
though,
spot,
but in here the trees attack.
out there,
The trees do attack here.
if you're in the spot where the wind blows, there's nothing to stop it.
Yeah.
That's true.
It like works in a funnel across those mountains out there.
Well, you know, did you ever go to Rock Springs while you
Yep.
were there? That's nothing but a natural wind tunnel. Like
Yep.
daily wind is like 60 miles an hour or something like that. It's crazy. So,
The only other
anyways,
place like that on earth is southwestern windy season,
yeah.
which is the best description I ever heard of that was it blows toddlers into the street. Guy told me that with a straight face.
Now, that would be something to sit around with a beer and a cigar. Just watch toddlers get blown into.
You know, I've got a toddler at the house. I don't know.
Well,
I don't think so.
think of it this way. Another way to put it. This was when I brought it in focus for me. When you're talking about a wind tunnel. So when Wyoming, like over by Sheridan, y'all had some tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
And now were they like? No, I had a little time in South Dakota. Well, more than a little. We had tumbleweeds out there. Like tumbleweeds were a thing that could damage the paint on a car.
Oh, yeah.
Now that was like that in Wyoming too.
Yes, there were some big tumbleweeds. I have seen some, like, I've seen tumbleweeds out in North Dakota, South Dakota. They look like a Volvo rolling across the plains.
Yeah, and I thought that was the epitome of tumbleweeds. So I got a friend that lives in Alamogordo, New Mexico. And he was telling me he picked up a nice old Dodge, old Mopars or his thing. And he said the only thing it had was some tumbleweed damage on the front end. So what do you, if somebody tells you that haven't seen Volvo-sized tumbleweeds,
Scratches.
you're thinking scratches, what are you thinking? Tumbleweed damage? Like,
Well, I
it's
would say,
listenable.
I would say scratches, but I'm gonna say like the whole front end's gone.
It wasn't quite that bad, but it did need a new fender, hood, and grill.
Oh, God.
But the guy was at speed and hit a tumbleweed there.
That thing had been rolling and collecting for a minute.
Oh, well, not only that, the main stalk on it was about 2 inches thick.
It's a big piece of brush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's what they start, I mean, I've seen a couple, but that's what they start out as.
The only thing I kind of
Yeah,
like
brush
it,
blower.
it's like, you ever had anybody tell you about a rat king in a city?
Yeah.
You ever had the disfortune to see one or misfortune, however you want to say
Yeah.
it? So it's like a rat king of old weeds.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose your turn.
Well, that finished real quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
not bad.
grew up in Wyoming, moved to Arkansas. Was
Why
nothing.
Arkansas? There is nothing in Arkansas,
I understand that.
except for Walmart.
That's where, like, when I was younger, we lived in southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas. I got a lot of family there.
Okay, yeah.
My mom moved back. I was in Wyoming. There ain't nothing in Arkansas. Nothing in Wyoming either. So I moved.
Little old, there's
Yeah.
a little old word, which is really not.
Moved to Arkansas, met my first wife, and got my first one. Then went to the Army. Did the Army, Fort Campbell, 3 years. Met my second wife, married to her for a long time. Then she went to the sheriff's office and was there for a little over 23 years. And now I'm here doing campus police work here as a retirement kid. Hanging around with you guys, so I can't complain too much.
I think that's kind of, that right there is what kind of got this kicked off the ground and going is, y'all are both, I'm not gonna offend you and say substantially older than
Oh,
me.
we got a few years.
Y'all are a decade older than me, pretty much.
At least.
At least, yeah. I was being nice.
Yeah, you don't have to be nice. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Y'all are a decade older than me, but every one of us are starting either a second career or our retirement gig, one of the two.
Right.
So,
So,
love it. Building the
yeah,
next
yeah. So I mean, you know, my name's Colton. I was born in downtown Nashville at the old Baptist Hospital. If you're from here and you're my age, you were either going to Baptist Hospital or Hendersonville Hospital. Well, I was a Baptist kid, which Baptist doesn't even do delivering babies anymore. Now it's Centennial. I was a
Soon
Baptist.
to be Amazon.
Probably. Can you get your baby delivered by Amazon tomorrow? Next day shipping.
I could get same day if you got Prime.
With the Prime.
Yeah. But they born, raised around outskirts of Hendersonville, kind of where Hendersonville and White House meet. Farmed around there for a little while. Realized real quick, to make it in farming, you got to own either all the equipment or all the land. And when you don't own neither and it's rented and borrowed, you're not going to make any money. So was always good at welding. Started welding, and I crisscrossed the United States, worked in South America some, in the mining industry, and somehow I ended up as an instructor. I'm going to leave the name off of where I'm an instructor at, but I ended up as a welding instructor that started my retirement gig about 15 years older than I thought to. Or 9 years later. Because I was offered the job that I have now the day they opened the school, and I told them they didn't pay enough money.
In your defense, that you made an awful lot of money.
Yeah, I was making 6 figures a year, and they wanted me to step back down to, at the time it was in the 30s. I was like, I can't lose $70,000.
Can't lose double what you're offering.
Exactly. And there was no hard feelings. Okay. And then times went along and priorities in life changed and new chapters started and the pay got substantially better along the way. And I had done some things early in life to set myself up to not have to be on the road all the time. And so the timing was right. We ended up 20 miles from where I grew up is probably where I'll retire from. Somebody asked me the other day how long I'm going to be here, and I said I'm going to be here until they tell me to leave. That's either sometime between now and the next 20 years. So.
Just depends when the shop go boom.
Well, you know, when we were upstairs today,
Good
Shot
Lord.
went boom.
but I was glad I was up there, because I would have been everybody's first and prime suspect.
I'd have
Absolutely.
been calling you.
Like
I looked around to make sure you were still up there.
You looked at me like, what is that? I was like, standing beside you, man.
Yeah, in everybody's defense, if something goes boom.
Here's what you always make that, if we go boom, you're not gonna be looking around to see what went boom.
Oh no, we're going boom.
You're probably gonna go with
But
me.
when we say go boom, like, a lot of people are thinking like the gas exploding or something, but you all move some like rather substantial chunks of metal. We just heard that poster fall. That was a poster falling 2 feet. And it echoed
That's
in this
true,
building.
that's true.
If you drop a piece of that steel that your guys are welding on,
Yeah.
it sounds like Armageddon in here. It sounds like war.
I tell you what I don't say you deal with, is the program next door to you, the smells of said
Oh
program.
my God, yeah, it's awful.
It's horrible. I didn't realize how quiet the school was when I'm not working until last Thursday.
It is so quiet. Yeah, it's so quiet.
Last Thursday, when we had everything shut down, I walked around and I was like, wow.
I was walking out last night, I was on the phone with my wife, and I wear my hearing aids when I'm at work, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk out the truck. She's like, all right, well, I'll let you go until you get through all the noise. I was like, no, it's quiet today. And I walked through, she goes, it really is quiet. I said, yeah, it is.
Metal fabrication is noisy. It just is.
Well, apparently so is electrical work.
I think it depends on your crowd.
I don't know.
It is great. I get the reputation around here of being able to tear up anything. He is right there beside me.
But, you know, we'll bring him in here and we can defend himself. It's gonna be a whole lot more
He doesn't
fun
get
to-
the opportunity to defend
No, it'll
himself.
be a whole lot more fun to pick on a guy to his face though, because like it's gonna be fun watching him squirm.
I mean, he's got a lot of stories on me. I didn't
Here's
make
my
his
chief.
chief.
All right, Paulie.
Did you order a pizza?
Pause.
Did you order a pizza?
No, that's my chief showed up.
Uh-oh. What's he here for?
To bring me my gas.
All right. So I'm Joe. Been just about everywhere. Born in Blue Island, Illinois. Moved to South Dakota and grew up out in the middle of nowhere from about 4 years old on. Actually lived in a town called Blunt, like B-L-U-N-T.
You were pretty much out in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, yeah, but you've been
400 people in that town. Got all the way through high school out there. My graduating class was just under 20 people, 22 counting foreign exchange students. Had a whole high school invited to the prom once, and it could be held in a little gym. So from there,
That would have its benefits.
yes and no.
When I graduated from Beach High School in 2007, my graduating class had 367-ish.
So much later in my life, I was recruiting in the area that my mom had gone to school. To put this in perspective, one had about 400-ish, somewhere between 400 and 500 people, depending on when they took the census.
Yeah.
My mom's graduating class, I found out, because I was looking in the high school she graduated from, was 2,000 plus people in the 60s.
Where's your mom from?
Burbank, Illinois.
Yeah. That area is always been popular.
But I was recruiting out of there though. And like, long story short, I went to the Navy for about a decade and spent my last half recruiting there.
Why don't you get out of the Navy at a decade? Because I've always heard
2008 happened.
if you're in for more than 10 years, you need to ride it out and retire.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely
get
do.
to,
You only do it 20
If
years.
Yeah, you're only doing 20 years,
If
so
you
yeah.
look up though what happened with the military in general, after the election of 2007 going into 2008,
oh, you mean Obama?
yeah, that 18-month period, there was higher military attrition than the Washington's Army didn't have shoes of senior people.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
There was an absolute vacuum of senior people going in there. So then, and I didn't do it for any reason other than I had lived in Illinois before. I had family that lived in Illinois. And that man was an unknown quantity. Now he said some stuff that made him a quantity, like somewhat known, but that guy voted present at every single thing he was on there. So he never took a stand on anything.
He didn't take a stab at much of it in the White House either.
They took some pretty big stands there, finding you for inactivity and cutting down the military, taking ammunition away from people forward deployed.
He took some, healthcare,
Destroyed it.
destroyed it.
But yeah, that was where I got out though.
No, that makes sense. I've just always heard once you get to 10, you might as well ride out. Like you said, you're looking at 20.
I'd have been done with a 20-year retirement in 18. And I had been offered I'm not going into any kind of details, but I got offered a pretty sweet package to do another year of recruiting. And then my choice of orders. I had two big specialties. You wouldn't know it looking at me here as a computer teacher. I did radars for the big 5-inch 54 guns. I did the radar systems for that, so I was also qualified as the gunner's mate on those. I did all the ship's small arms. Small arms were like twin Ma Deuces and things like that. So I was a certified armor, and then I did a little bit of small craft exercises. Good way to put that.
Like boats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly on the small craft attack team. So if you've ever seen war movies, when they talk about Puff the Magic Dragon, it's that electric powered Gatling gun. That was my primary mount. I was a mount captain of that for a while before I was promoted up from there.
I have my cousin's son, so I don't know what that makes him to me. I'm gonna call him my cousin.
Cousin.
Second.
I'm gonna call him a cousin.
Cousin, close enough.
Yeah.
He is on, anybody watching news right now, this name will ring a bell for you. He is on the Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he doesn't work on the radar, but he's in the guidance system. He's not on the Abraham Lincoln, he's on the strike force with the Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, so he's in that.
He's in-
support. Is he on a guided missile cruiser?
And he is,
He does the missiles, so he is either an Aegis tech or a VLS tech.
okay, sure. I just know that he doesn't actually load the gun, but he's in charge of the locking on to a target and making sure.
Yeah, he's a radar guy. His FC is his trade.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Yeah.
He can tell you we're electronics tech with a hunting license.
Yeah,
We're good with a soldering iron, but better with a gun.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I was at his mama's house a couple weeks ago, over Martin Luther King Day.
I tell you.
Was that before the ice storm?
Yeah.
I've been to his mama's house since the ice
I
storm.
think so.
I've been,
I have no idea. Yeah, no.
You think would remember,
I thought
but
it was the ice storm in January?
it's in January 1st to February.
Okay, so it would have been after.
yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
I was at his mom's house right after the ice storm, and he was FaceTime, and I got to talk to him.
Yeah, that's,
I'm sure he's not sleeping very much right now, the way that things are going over there.
with that strike group, he's sleeping like a baby.
I'm talking about working all the dead gum time, though.
The Lincoln Strike Group in general has always been, like, this has got to be like roll of the dice, but even when I was in, and I got out in 2008, so even when I got in that strike group, like everything to do with, it wasn't the Lincoln Strike Group then,
Yeah.
but the same groups that they have always been top notch. Like, he's probably sleeping like a baby.
He's pretty high up. He's on year 9, and he's going to try to go 20.
So as an FC, he's probably E5 or E6. She's on the enlisted side.
Sure.
FCs have notoriously stuck advancement at E5. Because you get out of school as an E4, and you might do 8-9 years, and you're still an E5.
He likes it, though. I mean, he said it doesn't work hard.
No, you work smart.
Yeah.
There's some interesting stuff. If you're talking to him, asking about a loft work. With the Aegis system, it's not bad. You're on the superstructure. There's other systems that are 60, 80 feet above the top of that.
Okay.
When you get up there, have you ever been on a bigger ship, something that's say about 500 feet in length?
We got to go. I've been, last time he was in port on the West Coast, we all went out there and we got to, for Family Day, we got to tour his ship.
Cool. So the cruisers are.
First off, that's a big boat.
Well,
It is a very
small.
big boat.
Those are small boys.
I mean,
It's
it was parked
55
beside the aircraft carrier.
It's about 55
Adios.
foot wide and 550 feet long.
Okay, look at here, dude. A party barge is 28 feet long, and that's a boat to me.
Oh, these things, when you're on that main deck and it's moving like this, that's a pretty calm day. Now imagine if you look up where like the ship's drivers, the crew that drives the ship,
Yeah.
steers
Some
it.
of it's just like this.
That's probably, what was that, 40 plus feet above that?
Yeah,
And
probably.
then 60 feet above that, there's a giant golf ball.
Yeah.
That's where my radar was.
Oh, wow.
So when we're up there working on that radar, when the deck is doing this, that's calm seas. Add 100 foot of beam to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, trust me, I understand that. I've climbed enough steel in my life.
Yeah, I
to tell you-
figured you'd appreciate
to tell you
that.
how that goes. A 5-mile-an-hour wind on the ground is about 60 up in there, and it's
Yeah,
real fun.
beautiful views.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it is.
But yeah, it was it was actually my first, and just with my luck, when I went to my schools for the Navy, I went from the south side of Chicago, because I was living back in Chicago when I joined, all the way up to the north side of Chicago. So I stood in Chicago my first couple of years for some of those winters and that. And then I was deployed. The whole time I was in Washington State, I was deployed every winter. I got sent from there to California. And I was deployed every winter except the last one. And one day, it was about middle of January, and I'm walking outside, and I'm like, might actually roll my sleeves down today. And it dawned on me, like, why am I going back to Chicago?
I've never lost anything in Chicago. Where you're going back
Family. I had family there.
for. You get about, well, you and I talked the other day. You get about to Effingham, Strasburg, up through there, and that's as far into Illinois as that is.
Yeah, that's not really part of Illinois. That's
Yeah.
that's the Indiana-Kentucky annex.
Yep, exactly.
That's Kentucky-Noyana.
Well, somebody was trying to make a deal to sell Chicago back to Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, it's
They said if you got rid of Chicago, Illinois wouldn't be bad.
I can tell you a story about 2016 during the elections. I can tell you a story firsthand about that. It's pretty much common knowledge now. But the building I worked in had an old Walgreens that had shut down. Now I want to ask you guys something. How bad does it have to be for Walgreens to be in the middle of the city in a primo location with no damage or anything on the buildings and shut down? How bad do things have to be?
Yeah.
Well, the-
November
I
of
mean, if you're
2015.
if you're sitting there in the nice area of town,
Diagonal from Bailey Plaza.
yeah,
I don't know.
It's
View of the
probably getting
Picasso.
pretty bad.
Well, a view of the Picasso, and it's shut down. Right down the street was Michael Jordan's store.
Yeah.
My only experience with downtown Chicago was, they got that loop that runs around Chicago. What's
Yeah.
that called?
Are you talking about the train, the L?
No, it's an interstate loop that goes around the city.
Oh, yeah, well, literally the loop.
Yeah.
94, 294 where it merges. They got the Edens and everything. that
It's like
merges in.
6 lanes wide on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hit that SOB at midnight one night, which was the only time I wanted to hit it.
That's when you're qualifying.
Yeah, and it's like 6 lanes, and I got on this lane. And I've never understood about Chicago. Get on this side, get off on this side, everywhere it seems like. It took me 4 laps around Chicago
Yeah.
to get all 6 lanes over.
You should see it when it's crowded.
Well, we went to Milwaukee last year. I think it was right after schools were done, so June.
Yeah.
I think it was the first weekend of June. We went to Milwaukee. We were St. Louis Cardinals fans. Tired of going to St. Louis, and now we're like, well, let's travel and go to other stadiums. So Milwaukee was on the list last year.
It's worth going to that too. Like Milwaukee's a visually.
Dude, I love Milwaukee. It was so chill. The stadium, I think it's a dump, but Milwaukee, like we were downtown in Milwaukee. There was nothing going on. We walked everywhere. It was cool. But we had to go through Chicago, and we hit that place probably 3 o'clock.
So.
Oh.
No, you're right. It's nightmare fuel. So, I can tell you a fun story there. Like, we were having an offline discussion. We have a little pause. Obviously, anybody's going to see it. We had a little pause in the video. There was offline discussion that happened, and where you were actually outside. Colton and I were discussing the concept of marathons. And I had mentioned once I walked from Chicago to Hampton because the train had been proven unreliable. Backstory to that is I was riding from Hammond. Actually, at this point, I was living in LaPorte already, so I had about a 5-hour ride one way. I got just outside of Hammond, right where Indiana and Illinois come together. And there's a little bowl. The train went down that it was so froze over it couldn't come up the other side, so it tried to go back, but it couldn't go up that side. I spent 8.5 hours in between.
And somehow the ale lost money on the snack bar.
Well, the L, this wasn't the L, this was on the South Shore train line. So there was a little, they wouldn't let us off the train for 8.5 hours until right after the little restaurant in the, across the street from the train depot closed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand how the government can run anything. They own all those.
Oh, Amtrak loses money on their own snack bar.
How do you lose money on a snack bar? You've got the market cornered.
How does the post office lose money?
Huh.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Well, there's so much room, but once again, I got a point. This is genius. We've done a podcast together. Never once did we think of this.
What? Well, I'm not 50-ish.
Yeah, ish. You're ish.
Your medical history says otherwise. You were 50-ish like 20 years ago.
Shut up, Joe. Don't remind me.
That's old-ish part.
Yeah, that CPR treatment we had today. I was thinking, but by one step, that could be Colton down there.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody talks about that. What happened to me happened in the blink of an
Oh,
eye.
absolutely.
And if I'd have been standing, kneeled over, anything else, it'd been a completely different.
A whole
If the,
different outcome.
if the chainsaw had been running instead of bar locked and just idling,
Well, and like everybody makes fun of all the safety stuff.
no, it saved me that time.
That's right.
Chainsaw's one of those safety deals that I kind of take pretty seriously.
Yeah.
I don't,
Well, and that's where like you said, you're not really 50. You're the one guy that's really not 50, but you've lived and you've seen enough.
oh yeah.
Or you got that perspective. You probably got more in common with people north of 50 than south of 50.
I definitely lean towards the older crowd.
It just, you got a package of experience that you just can't get around.
So Hobbs, this is your deal. We're just along for the ride. What back roads we going down? 'Cause I like a good back road.
Man, it's just wherever you ride. It's,
This is we're trying to pull you into this. Like this
You
is
gotta get a
our
motorcycle.
ongoing efforts. He's got a bead on one that this would fit you because you understand old vehicles and you understand how the production.
I know.
1100 Shadow is pretty rock solid.
I know.
And it saves you money too because they're not making a whole bunch of new sparkly parts for it. But there is one place, and the guy, like I'm telling you, this is the guy that's supporting these. This dude is like, I think he's your cousin. We'll give the call.
I wouldn't insult a feller like that.
You've never seen this channel. It's going to change your mind. You'll get a motorcycle just for watching this probably. TJ Brutal Customs. And no, he's not. We get nothing from him.
Right.
We'll take it, dude. Teach us, send us. It's cool, man. I got a Shadow. Send us. But yeah, it's if you watch that, you'll end up buying one just because you like this guy.
But yeah, the back roads is just hell. Even if you decide to drive it.
Yep.
I mean, like the road getting here is, it's 2 lanes each way. It's not that bad, but I'd rather like if I'm not in a hurry, I'll take the old road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I'm not in a hurry, I come up Dobbins Pike.
Yeah.
See, y'all are coming from a different way, but I just, I take 231 just so I turn off over in Adolphus.
Yeah.
And I take that little nice range through.
Yeah.
I went riding the back roads last night. Came up to a stop sign and said, it's been a minute since I went right. We'll go right.
Well, see, now this is where you would fit in this bike culture thing real good. Riding along, don't got any particular place to go, and you got one spot here that's going to a decent restaurant, but this one says Curvy Road. Which one are you taking?
Curvy road.
Never ask a guy on a motorcycle for directions anywhere, because you ain't gonna get nowhere near it. You're gonna do a circuit tour first.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I'll
I'm
tell you
starting
what.
to get to where I'm looking for a Jeep with a manual transmission.
Okay, quadricycle, we'll let that go. That'll work. The auto would be cooler, but we'll deal with a Jeep.
I mean, I got a side by side. A street legal.
It's a Jeep. You already got a Jeep.
No,
Here, you want to make that side by side feel like a Jeep? Every time you get in, open up your wallet and just take a couple $100 bills and cram them in the back.
You haven't seen it. You haven't seen a side by side. A couple $100 doesn't do anything in the side by side world right now.
Oh, it doesn't do anything in a Jeep world either, but if you add up your cost, it's like you have to take $200 and stick it on the back.
You know what
seat every
Jeep
time you
stands
open
for,
the
don't
door.
you?
Just empty every
Just
pocket.
empty everybody. That's exactly. Just like boat, break out another 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and in all honesty, that's why and this will come up on a future podcast. I've got this thing with toys. Like I think a little bit differently than most. I don't want a toy that's always got to go visit its maker.
Well, so
I don't
I don't
agree with
disagree with that statement. But there's two kinds of there's two kinds of people that grew up broke in this world. There's the kind of person that grew up broke that had to work on everything. And because of that, and I am this person, I was the son of two teachers. We didn't know what money was. I mean, we didn't grow up bad, but
There's not a lot of extra in
there's
that.
not a lot of extra. We went out, Mom and Dad each got paid on the 15th of the month. We got to go out and eat one day a month. Anybody want to guess what day of the month that was?
15?
The 15th. Yep.
That's because the
But,
fridge was that big.
Unless 15 fell on Sunday, then.
well, then it was on Friday. Yeah. But, well, actually, out to eat, we always went out to eat the Friday after the 15th. Or if they got paid on payday. So because of that, I learned how to work on stuff. Now, then there's my ex that grew up poor and refuses to work on anything and be broke because she had to do that her whole life.
It's valid.
There is nothing wrong with a brand new truck.
No.
Financially,
There is. Some bitches cost a lot of money.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Here's the problem. And you and I look at things a lot different. I cannot make a monthly payment on a depreciating asset.
No, see, I 100% agree with that.
Now, I own.
I will spend on a toy.
I will spend on a toy
I
all
will
day
not
long.
invest into a
I
depreciating asset.
cannot make a monthly payment on a depreciating asset. Now, I own a bulldozer, I own a skid steer loader, I own a land clearing machine. They make money each month. I can make a payment on something that makes money each month. But
It's
I cannot.
gotta justify
I
itself.
cannot make, me mentally, there's a mental block there. I cannot make
Well-
a payment on a depreciating asset.
And see, this is where, and again, you fit in at this 50-ish, because like, when we had the conversations, like, my wife just finally got a new car.
Yep.
And it really came down to, you are spending roughly a car payment every time that thing goes to the shop. And,
I think so.
and now, like, the problem that's really coming up is you're relying on my 30-year-old car that's had no money put into it for the past decade. And you're wanting me to be able to jump in that and drive it at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
If yours goes in, like last time yours went in, it was supposed to be in for a day, it was in for 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, this 30-year-old car needs money into it now.
I mean, I can't.
That's
talk.
what I'm asking you to cut some floorboard out for.
I can't talk. I drive a Honda CRV that when a part falls off, I stop, pick it up, and run to my buddy's junkyard, put it in a better looking part than
Yeah,
what
but
fell off.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, my newest vehicle is a 2010.
Shout out to Billy's Used Auto Parts in Orlando, Tennessee. You were here the day the officer from Portland had to come talk to me.
Yeah.
And I decided to park on top of the Steel I-beam that morning.
He like, I ain't gonna go too in depth with it, but he, what he was kind of told by the owner of the property, of course it wasn't the guy you dealt with,
Yeah.
who we thought was the owner.
Yeah.
It was a lot different than what happened.
Yeah.
I kind of filled him in on,
Yeah.
before he came and talked to you.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he said he went in the store, so was he drunk? No. He's in here every morning at the exact same time. I buy a can of dip in there every morning because that's the cheapest place in town to buy dip. I said, no, he's in here every morning. He wasn't drunk. They said he said he saw the security footage and it was all I could do to see your license plate in the sun.
Yeah.
When I looked at the security footage, he said, I know exactly what happened. You got insurance? Yes, sir. Valid driver's license? Yes, sir. All right, cool. You're good. But anyways, when that happened over at Billy's Used Auto Parts, I bought an entire CRV from him for $500 and said, can we just keep this here until I'm done with it? He said, yep. So when parts fall off mine, I just go get the parts off my
So
CRV.
I might have to stop out there, cause like, if he's got some older stuff.
He does.
Good.
Right now, I'm keeping him in business, Brett, and I just put a rear end underneath Brett's Dodge for it. Bingaman. It's what. Have you looked at the Ben Hall that teaches industrial maintenance in Springfield? Have you looked at what the name says for him on the website?
No.
It says Bingaman instead of Benjamin.
Bingaman.
Bingaman.
That's gonna be his name forever now.
Yeah.
Hey, Bingaman.
Yeah, there's no getting around that.
Yeah.
But see, like you and the depreciating asset, right?
Yep.
This is where the business part kind of comes into. Like you know that I had to get, like you know what happened to my truck.
Yeah.
Ford, the engine had to be replaced.
Yeah.
Well, we got a good deal trading in.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted the diesel.
Yeah. I love my diesel. I just can't daily drive a diesel. I've got a diesel. You've seen my diesel.
Right. And I have a diesel. I've also got a motorcycle. That's,
Yeah.
you know, when it's warm, I'm on that. But I got the diesel with the intent of also, I want to do like some hot shot loads or whatever, some hauling and make some
Yep.
money with it.
Yep.
You know, that way. So kind of like a little business idea
Yep.
there going on too. But getting into that world seems a little tricky to me. Everything I'm researching is like, oh, you gotta, well, I'm like,
first thing, a business gotta make a little bit of money.
Right.
Like, I know there's
No, it's
this.
only gotta make money every 5 years.
Yeah, I would say
The
there
guy
is
that
this
owns
school
two
of thought.
businesses, it's only gotta make
There
money
is
every
this
5
school of
years.
thought too, but it's, my thought is like, it's gotta be profitable to you somehow. Now, Colton can tell you this, I flat out, the biggest the biggest advantage to owning a business isn't anything directly from the business. It's the fact that if you've ever looked at the tax law,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a book about this tall from the floor. There's 5 pages of what you gotta do, and the rest of those pages is how to not do those 5 things they told you to do.
Oh, everything.
Once you're a business.
I don't drive the dually here without running to the feed store and buying 1 bag of feed.
Because now it's a business,
now
right?
it's
That's a write-off.
Now it's a
For
tax
business.
write-off for the business, yes, yeah.
And then see, I haven't opened and started a business since I've been in Kentucky yet. That's gonna be my next thing though.
So here's
I just don't know what it's gonna be yet.
here's what I want. I want a storage unit facility. It's passive income.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
It's like having a rental property.
I mean, occasionally, I bet that is better than owning a rental property.
Oh,
Yeah, it's what I
absolutely.
say, it's like the rental.
Because what
it's
do
like
you gotta do,
owning a
fix the
rental
gate
property.
every now and again?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's basically,
A
it's a
garage
rental
door.
property where the tenants can still damage stuff, but there's a pretty limited amount of damage that you can do to a
Right.
shed. And that's essentially what you're running is a shed.
And you know, they're
And it-
on average, they're making $120. You got 60 units
Yeah.
on average. You do the math, but then not only
It's
that,
the property that's expensive, not the building.
right, but not only that, the spots outside. And people need to park their RVs and their big boats and stuff everywhere. Their
Mhm.
cars are not driving. So you make $50-$60
Yep.
a spot off that. you
And
have
your
100
insurance
of
will
it.
be a little bit on that, but.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
that's,
worth
that's the goal I'm trying to get to,
Yeah, that's not bad.
is a storage unit facility. So,
I had thought about opening like a firing range, later turning into a gun tree club, and then I saw what the insurance was on that. And I decided it's gonna be a very exclusive club.
We were trying to figure out what name and bracket to attach the land clearing company to. You know what the most expensive business insurance-wise is?
the lumberjack,
What?
the lumber,
No, demolition.
demolition.
Mm-hmm. The amount of insurance for a demolition company.
Extreme landscape.
Land clearing's actually not that bad. It's really not.
I would just call it landscaping.
It's
That's gonna be
fun.
next to nothing.
I wanted to call it erasable landscaping.
I like it.
But y'all two are smarter than me in that aspect. I don't like owning money. I don't like having money. There was a point in time in my life that I was making well into the 6-figure range.
Well, we know you don't like money, you wanna buy a Jeep.
Well, at one time I had 2 diesel pickup trucks, 2 Sportsman race cars, 3 pure stock race cars, a Harley, and a fishing ski boat, all at the same
Yeah,
time.
you definitely didn't like money.
And a 4-wheeler because side by sides had to come on the scene. Yeah, I don't like money.
See, now, I like money, but I don't like money that is worth less all the time. So it's like.
No, I don't even, here we
Nope.
go with, he's gonna go
Nope,
Bitcoin.
no, actually, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. Like, everybody, that cat's out of the bag. Either know about it and you're in it, or have fun being broke. Either way, it's fine by me.
You know, you say that, but that dead president right there. Now, yes, I know that a $100 bill is not worth a $100 bill on the global market, if we will, but if I go to O'Reilly's, right across the street right now, and buy parts for a race car, they cost $99.99. They're gonna take that $100 bill and give me back my 1 penny.
No,
So-
sir, we don't do pennies anymore.
Nope.
Well, that's true.
You have to round up now.
Pennies are gone.
So, yeah, so it might as well cost $100. But what I'm getting at is that $100 bill to me, I get on the global market, that $100 bill's not
No,
worth it.
don't even worry about the gold market. My thought is this: that part for your race car today is $99.
Yeah.
Now, if you take that $100 bill and you put it under a super secret squirrel rock at your house, and in 5 years you go buy that same part, is it going to do it?
It depends.
Probably not, though. Because that $100 bill, if everything goes right, if the unicorn farts in the jelly bean field and the leprechauns are happy, and you get free
Hey,
energy
don't make fun of
from
the
it.
leprechauns, their holiday's coming up.
This is true, but they have to be happy. I ain't making fun of them. If all of that happens,
You
and
piss the
stars
leprechauns
align-
off, you're on your own, buddy.
Oh yeah, that might be. But if everything aligns, that is worth $98 this time next year. Now, when's the last time
That's
you saw
awfully
government
bold
find
of
work?
you to think that I'm gonna have the $100 bill this time next year. I gotta pay daycare for next week. I'm probably not gonna have that $100 bill tomorrow.
But there is a place for that, though. There is a place, like, you should pay your bills and stuff. Now, what I mean by getting into something now, you're better off buying stuff they don't make no more of. And like, leave crypto out of it, because that's a whole different discussion. But you can buy property.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, to something to appeal to you, you can buy muscle cars. Muscle cars go up if you leave them alone.
Yeah, property though is like an acre around here. You're lucky if you can find an acre for under
Cross
60.
the border and go into Kentucky.
So here's the deal. In 20, when did the housing market skyrocket around here?
Right after COVID kicked off good, so about 21, 22.
So in 17, my daddy and I bought the farm. In 16, my daddy and I bought the farm. $455,000. Last week I turned down 1.6.
400%.
Yep.
Well, now,
And I will continue to turn down that amount of money.
now the way that's going to work with property, by the way, you're at a high right now, and we're kicking the can on the correction down the road because we got invaded. Well, I'm going to say I'm a carpetbagger too, but y'all got invaded by
No,
California.
You're a damn Yankee.
Well, y'all got invaded by California
We did.
during COVID.
We did.
Now everybody's getting invaded by New York.
Yeah, they're still damn Yankee. You know the difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee? A Yankee comes down here to visit, a damn Yankee comes down here and stays.
Did you guys hear that Starbucks is moving their southeastern region headquarters to Nashville?
I'm not surprised. Nashville,
You know
I
what
was,
else is going in?
what?
Sennheiser.
All right, so I was born, we talked earlier, I was born at Baptist Hospital, downtown Nashville. Actually, Baptist Hospital is not even a hospital anymore, it's St. Thomas Midtown. Was born downtown Nashville. This is gonna
I'll
make,
tell you a story about how I ended up there one night. That'd be off camera.
I got a lot of off-camera stories about how I ended up in places. This is gonna make my father sound like Father Dear, but my dad, he and I, a school teacher, every school teacher's got a side deal. My dad owned a production sound company. I grew up in the bars in the daylight, not at night, but I grew up in and out of the bars on Broadway, Printer's Alley, those places. And I remember when they were still, when every bar down there was like Tootsie's. There wasn't a rooftop bar.
Right.
One block off Broadway was performance race shops.
Yep.
I grew up that way.
Sounds like a
Nashville,
better thing.
Nashville was so much better back
Well,
then.
Nashville was better in the late 90s when I
Yeah.
first got here. Nashville was, I loved it.
Yeah,
You know, you could actually drive
Yeah.
through Nashville on a weekend.
yeah, but Nashville's the biggest sellout there was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there is. And it started with our mayor that had to sleep with her security guard.
I think it started before that.
Well, that's whenever we saw the major sellout. To say that it wasn't started before then, I would probably agree with, but that's when it got put on the map.
You saw she ran for Senate or Congress or something this past election.
She did?
Yeah. She lost, but she ran for, I think it was a Senate. I think it was Senate.
I don't even know if you know what we're talking about.
I remember the incident, but I don't know if people like you do.
So Metro Police assigns an officer to the mayor of Nashville for her security. Well, he was going everywhere with her. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I don't remember how it got out, but like they were taking trips to France,
Yeah,
to Italy, stuff like that.
yeah,
And
yeah. Yeah, that's,
Big city politics.
And you know, that was the first-
How do you not get jail time?
Yeah. I mean, it's tax fraud, that's, I don't know if it's tax fraud, but
Depends
it's,
on the letter after the politician's name.
Right,
Well, it
especially,
definitely-
especially in that city, yes.
it definitely had a D after because it was that city.
Yeah. And what people don't realize is that city is affecting this small city here.
Yeah.
Because we are attached to that, you know.
Well, and here's the
And
deal.
Hendersonville's worse. I mean, Hendersonville.
Hendersonville's more, and I'm,
Just call it part of Nashville at this point.
I am, well, I grew up on the county side of Hendersonville,
Right.
not the Hendersonville city side, if you will, but on the county side. God, it's so bad down there right now.
Oh, yeah.
I got a buddy that's on the Hendersonville Police Department, and they run more than they've ever run.
Urban places have urban problems.
Yes, 100%.
Like, this is not as kind of the same as not, but today my wife and I, we got an email from our HOA. And
Ah.
before I read it,
What did you do?
I didn't do nothing this time. I'm in the clear this time.
This time,
This time
see?
I'm good. They haven't found the trailer park between the two houses yet, but I'm good right now. We get a letter in saying, hey, we're closing down this gate because they consider this whole like 2 mile stretch of road to be one subdivision, even though we're in the gated part of it.
Yeah.
We're closing this down, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, if you're parked on the road, it's a $150 fine.
I have a question about HOAs. What happens if you don't pay that fine?
You know, in all reality, they can take your home from you.
No crap.
Yep, they can take your home from you.
You know what I would do to be an a-hole?
I'd burn somebody's ground. And I'll say that out loud, give a
I
shot,
wouldn't
thing to the ground.
I wouldn't burn so much to the ground. I got a semi-truck you get roll parking on the road that's got a locker.
Dude, I can't put my fishing boat over there unless it's stored in my garage. My garage ain't big enough for a fishing boat. I can't get a truck in there unless I push the rear bumper all the way to the wall. And that's a 2-car garage, so.
Yeah, but at this point, you're not driving with a truck like that garage was designed for.
That truck wasn't designed for trucks, period.
You want to take my CRV home? I'll drive the truck. Pay no attention to the piece
I got the motorcycle right now.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm over here going, I don't fathom how anybody can put up with that.
I can't, I'm at wit's end. I've been on the phone with them, and
I have enough
I've cussed
problems
that
with
one.
property taxes.
Yeah,
I'm one of the people like, if it pleases the crown, I'd like to take this tax pittance of money that you allow me to keep.
right.
To pay taxes on property. I already paid taxes on when I
Right.
bought it, you tax me on again every year.
Yep.
So here's what I don't understand. You have exhibited 109, right, heading
Yeah.
towards the house. The slow lane, I can't ride it.
No, I can't either. And that's why the fast lane is so damn slow, because nobody will ride in that because there's fucking potholes every 100
would-
feet.
I hit one the other day that I had one good tire on my car.
Don't know more.
It had to blow out because I hit a pothole.
So I think we might be turning a kind of an interesting corner on this one because it sounds like you guys are kind of agorist maybe. Like if you look at like
What is it, George?
agorist is somebody that, well, you know, you read the rules of a race book. And
I read
agorist reads rules of society that way.
You know what the rules of the race book tell me?
What you can't do.
I can't do.
So if it doesn't, that's the agorist. So if you take the black market and put it here, and you put the white market right below it, that gray line where they overlap,
That's my favorite
that's
place.
an agorist.
That's my favorite place now. But what I can't stand
That's-
is we pay taxes to drive on a road. It's got a wheel tax. I don't know if Kentucky's got a wheel tax or not because they have some other taxes.
Kentucky's never meant anything it didn't want to tax, but I've got a couple of good things to say about Kentucky on that.
But I don't understand how they tax us to drive on the road that would knock the tampon out of it. None. It's so rough right now.
I'm still
It's bad.
It's horrible,
It's
man.
awful. And that's why,
Kentucky-
I'll say this, one thing I've learned about riding a motorcycle up and down that road is people get out of the way for you. I could be in my big ass truck and I could bump them like we was on a racetrack and they still wouldn't move. But I come up behind them on a motorcycle, they're like, oh, let me get over. I'm like, shh, okay, this is great.
No. One thing about Kentucky is like there's a lot of taxes out there, but over the winter, like when we had that ice storm, when they cleared the road, somebody put a nice little gouge on the side of it. Not where you're driving on it, and this is not a major road.
Yeah,
This is a road that like it's pretty much pastures on either side.
yeah.
It was less than a week after that ice was gone, that road was patched.
Shoot, they won't patch one out for a year.
They've got to resurface that whole damn thing.
They got to.
It's outside. It's
We
awful.
were
You
out-
can't- You can't patch it.
You know, like, it's gotten nice out here, so the bikes went out. The wife and I were out riding on some of our old haunts. They're like, when did they redo this? Like, didn't they just finish redoing it? Like, yeah, looks like they just did it again. So, you know, when you're riding, especially if you're just cruising, you want something smooth, think about going toward Kentucky.
Yeah. So let's say my in-laws, my father-in-law and his brother own about 550 acres in Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know, so we go up there and like I go up there and hunt with the boy, and we'll go up there and just screw off all day one weekend, you know, stuff like that. Even the back roads get into that.
They're beautiful.
Beautiful.
But, you know, and again, with a grain of salt, there's probably, like, I would say, like, if you're out riding on the Isle of Man right before the TT comes up, the roads are going to look nicer. But for roads that everybody's just driving, Kentucky's got some gorgeous back roads, and they really do care, they take care of them.
Kentucky's not a bad place, I just don't agree with the income tax.
I don't like the income tax either.
I don't see it
But
either.
does it kind of balance out though, because you don't have sales tax?
Let's put it this way, we have no sales tax on food, but why are you not driving to Franklin to get food anymore?
I do. I'll be the
Yeah,
first
I
team.
mean,
I do every
But-
now and then, but for the most part, like
No.
Walmart, like I have spoiled my wife. I love my wife. She's like, I had to go through two of them to finally get the right
See,
one.
you're doing better than me, I went through one of them and I'll never had another.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I have married my absolute best friend. Like I don't like. I wish she could do the podcast with us, you know. But I think it's kind of a man thing.
I'll bring her in sometime.
I will, but I'm just saying, like everything I do. But I've spoiled her. Like we order our food from Walmart, and we have it delivered.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's like I don't think I can get Franklin, Kentucky to bring it down here.
No.
But that's how antisocial I can
You're
be.
just
with
like,
being
right,
with
you
people.
can always order it and just pick it up from there.
That's true.
And maybe a day, like, we have to pick one day in the summer when you're not riding.
Right.
But I mean, no, like for us, like the way it balanced out, we started by looking at Tennessee, and I found some places I can afford in Tennessee, and that have been okay. Now I had some absolute no's. I had some giant nopes. Like if there was an HOA within 100 miles, it was nope, not dealing with it. And I didn't want to be on the street with a bunch of Kyles and Karens, you know, watching what I'm doing and stuff. I really didn't want to care.
Yeah.
And really the goal was, if I feel like walking out on my back porch and taking a pot shot at something with a 12 gauge or bigger, nobody's gonna say a word.
Right.
You didn't find that in the $250,000 price bracket in
Right.
Tennessee when I moved here 4 years ago.
Right.
That wasn't the thing. So right now I'm all in, I've done double purchase. I'm all in on about 7 acres, just under. With a 1,400 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. I'm all in for about 240. I think we figured it out, and that counted rolling in all of the credit card debt from living up north and having 14 acres and everything else. All in. I looked at my house's value now, just my house and the 3/4 of an acre it's on. It's up to 195 just for that house and 4 acres.
That's the you know where I live.
Yep.
When my wife bought that house 11 years ago, she bought it for $190. It is. We had appraised and stuff not too long ago, and it's going for $450,000.
Yeah, but where are you gonna move to?
Well, I'm fixing to find someplace.
Well, it's not really the asking price of the house. What's your mortgage rate?
Well, it's right now it's going to be 5.4.
That's okay. Yeah, you can move. 'Cause that's about right.
Yeah.
I said there's some folks that are in with this like 3% and stuff. And
Yeah, who's going to leave?
Oh, you know how bad that's getting? Is they're now talking about, I actually heard a financial show, they were kicking around this. There have been rumblings, unsubstantiated rumblings, about the government buying down points, like, you know, big Uncle Gov, you know, sugar daddy government,
Right.
buying your points down so you keep your interest rate, just so people will move to keep the market going.
I'm not moving. My boys will sell my farm.
No, mine, like, the property will not get broke up. I would rather leave it to my neighbor's kid than let my kids break it up. I will not see that turn into like cigar box housing and kill the farming industry.
It'll
And
do it
that's
when
not-
it'll do it when I'm dead. I could care less when I'm dead.
I don't wanna
Have
see
you
that.
driven down Somersville Road lately?
Yeah.
Have you seen the new construction? Like, you got the construction right there at the school.
Yep.
You cross over the little bridge.
Yep.
Go around the corner, and on the right, they are building a whole new subdivision back in there where they tore that blue house down.
Yep.
And then you get up by the golf course, and they have now come all the way down the hill
Yep.
and tore down those two houses on the left and built them there.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you-
I gotta move. I can't stand it.
You know, when you start seeing stuff like that go, it's time to buy land, right? If you can buy land around it.
Right.
Let me tell you something, all around Scottsville, as the farms are selling, they're putting in tracks, 6, 7, 8 houses, and they're filling up. And the land is still cheap for some reason.
Because California ain't got there yet.
Right.
I don't think California wants to go there.
They will. They're running out of places here to go.
I read, when I was looking at it, like I said, I left Illinois for Indiana. And when I was leaving Indiana, I did not want to step backwards. You know, as far as like liberties and such go.
Well, you were trying to get closer to the beach.
Well, just away from away from insanity. Move that way.
Well, no, don't lie to me. You wanna move somewhere where you can wear a t-shirt and shorts all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Who doesn't?
my first goal, like the first place I was
I
gonna
want
go was
sunny 80 every,
That's t-shirt and shorts.
then I want, in the daytime, and then I want, nighttime, I want in the 40s.
That's a typical shirt in a Wyoming summer.
Exactly.
I just I want to move to a place where when they
If I could have one-
tell scary stories about when it fell below 70 that one time.
If I could have somewhere that had Wyoming summers year round, I would live there
So
permanently.
I'll tell you the greatest one. This was a deciding factor for me in like deciding where you want to live. We were in Curacao.
Mhm.
So we're hanging out in Curacao and we're talking to a guy that was working on one of the cruise ships. He was from Jamaica originally. So we're sitting at this bar and we're getting really hammered on really good rum.
I don't drink rum.
And my buddy's telling him trying to tell this Jamaican about ice fishing. Just putting back a couple of rums, he's just sitting there. It looks like he's absolutely riveted to the story. So what's he do? He turns around, this Jamaican guy laughs. He goes, "I'm buying the next bottle, boys, because I love Americans. I love white Americans. Because you guys all know Jesus, and Jesus walked on water. What's a white American do? He walks out on the water, he builds a house, and sits down and goes fishing. Got to be better than Jesus." Like the
as-
concept was just lost on
As
him.
southern as I am, I've never been ice fishing. I would go.
It's fun. It can be boring, but like
I got one better.
it's not. It's all right. Especially if the fish start biting, it's fun.
I can give you both. I can give you ice fishing and another frozen lake sport in one stop. Hook you up with my ex-brother-in-law to go out. He's the officer in charge of running the snowmobile races on the frozen lake in Cedar Lake.
Yeah.
That's something else I've never done nowhere to.
Snowmobile.
So I would ride a snowmobile.
It's fun. It's fun. Growing up, I rode a motorcycle, dirt bike.
Yeah.
And I grew up on the Bighorn Mountains, and I rode bike up there. So, wintertime, I was more into skiing
I'm not coordinated, as big as I am. I'm 6'5". Now I weigh 260. But in high school, I was 6'5" and 200 pounds. Everybody wanted me to play basketball.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I can't walk and bounce the ball at the same time. I'm pretty much, that's pretty white. And except for this spot right here, it's white through and thin. It's white all the way from one side to the other.
But skiing actually is not that hard. Snowboarding is a little bit more difficult, or it was for me. It's not skiing.
I like
skiing. It's fun.
I like skiing on very mild days.
Yeah.
When it got really cold, it's like, what? I don't want to go out where the air hurts my face.
But but once you get up top of the mountain, though, and you're coming down, I mean, by the time you reach the bottom, you're shedding clothes because you've already worked up the sweat. You go back up, you stay warm, that's for sure.
I was working in Colorado in July and snow.
Yeah. I had Bighorn Mountains. We stepped out. We was up on top of the mountain trout fishing a couple of days after 4th of July. And we got up there to the little stream about 7 o'clock. Didn't catch nothing. About 10 o'clock, clouds started rolling in. 11 o'clock, snow started coming. We couldn't put a hook in the water fast enough. So we pulled them out.
I like the snow. Snow and I are a one-night stand now.
Yeah.
I like watching it on TV if I'm somewhere where I got my toes in the sand and an umbrella drinking something.
See, I don't like umbrella drinks, man.
Dude, I will put an umbrella and a bottle of bourbon and call it a drink.
I don't like.
Umbrella drink is just like, I want shade on that drink for the heat of the beach.
If you're worried about your drink getting hot, you're not drinking it fast enough.
Or it's a large drink.
You're still not drinking it fast enough.
I like to live too.
I'm still here. I mean, I may be 38 with 7 on the podcast for 50-ish people.
And you
I'm
know
still-
more about medical treatments than we ever will.
Not really. That's the problem. Oh, a coworker of ours yesterday looked at me and goes, "You should go to the doctor. You're not supposed to look like that at your age." I said, "Well, the problem is old Colton, young Colton never anticipated there being an older Colton, so."
You never do. Never do.
You're talking to a guy that barrel rode a race car down the front stretch one day
Yeah.
at Highland Rim Speedway. You're talking to a guy that wrecked a Corvette at 210 miles an hour. Landed upside down.
See, I
I
gotta
need to
say,
find the
no
goat.
thanks then. See, I became a big fan of driving a slow car fast, because if I actually had a fast car, that would be me. I'm really good at making really bad decisions.
I
I
guarantee
think this is a male thing.
I think I'm just as good. No, I wrecked, we were racing at Bonneville Sod Flats, you know where they're at. We had a ethanol powered Stingray Corvette, and I blew a tire out at 200 and give or take 10 miles an hour. And it barrel rolled, it nose flipped, and I was not hurt. I need to find the GoPro footage of it, because I'm upside down, hanging in my race seat, and you see me talking to myself, going, all right, I can move my toes, I can move my feet, nothing's broke, nothing hurts, a little bruised, but we're good. Fuck, I am upside down. Like you heard that in the go.
This is gonna hurt when he got the seatbelt.
Yep. You heard me. Cool, like move everything, and then it dawns on me. Shit!
Oh, well,
Never had a wreck like that.
I've had two. Both were in vehicles designed to have them. I mean, I'm not Brett. I'm not missing half an ear from wrecking a convertible car.
We need to bring him in here so we can pick on him and let him try to defend himself.
Pretty easy.
This is, you remember the Friars Club?
Yes.
So that we need to.
So that's where I
we need to do
envision
a
this.
Friars Day.
We will probably, I don't know. I don't know what cancellation looks like these day and age, but I feel like this would be something that would, our attitudes together, we could
Yeah,
run
we-
a
we
dangerous of
It
getting,
could.
of
But-
getting canceled.
So here's the thing.
but in order to be canceled, you gotta give a shit.
I mean, I don't.
And like, I'm looking at playing the odds, because like odds, he came up with the greatest. This is the most brilliant thing ever. This is gonna go out on YouTube. It's gonna go out on probably Spotify. Will probably be home. This is the inaugural. So next one up, we'll have more. Like wherever we put it out on, we'll put it out to all the podcasts. You can't cancel them all at once. So if we strike a chord, then just kind of follow us everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, right now, Hobbs, you're famous, with all 8 listeners.
dozens of people may
think,
see
you think
you.
there's 8? I don't know if there's 8 right now. It's probably like 3.
And that's the 3 of us.
The 3 of us.
Well, so where are we going with this? Like,
I mean, I tell you where I want to go with it. And I was raised, not by when I say raised, I don't mean by my parents. I come up, and I'm sure y'all have all been there. I was raised in the trades by a bunch of old guys.
yeah.
Now, what kicked my butt is I started calling old guys the other day, and nobody's at work anymore, and I have become the old guy.
Yep. Welcome.
Well, in welding, you are old in the welding world.
Yeah, I looked around and went,
It's a young man's game.
yep. But I'm headed towards the picking on the new generation. Though. I'm sorry. I did long division on the whiteboard on the smart. Sorry, that's how old school I am on the whiteboard the other day. My kid's jaw hit the floor. You know why their jaw hit the floor? Because at the bottom, when I got it all to equal, when you're doing long division, I was raised, you don't put a 0, you put 2 lines. Equals 0, you got it figured out, right? They lost their every letter. What's that mean? 0. Why don't you write 0? Oh.
I have a lot of fun calling Zed.
Zorro.
Zed. Every once in a while, I get somebody that's seen Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Zed's dead.
I'm
Zero.
sorry, Pulp Fiction's not the best movie.
I agree with you.
Pulp Fiction is not the best movie.
Modern times, you want to know what the best
But
movie is?
Bruce Willis's character and the Gimp are hilarious.
You know what to me modern time best movie is? Wolf of Wall Street.
I have not
The
seen it.
party scene in that is something.
All of Wolf of Wall Street. I never was on Wall Street. If I was, it's because I got lost. But
Never seen it.
you need to go and watch it. Don't watch it with the kids.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
On,
I'd watch it with the wife.
If you like,
I don't know if you're watching.
She's seen it.
Then your wife will like it.
Yeah,
If
she
you-
had seen it before.
if you dig anything at all, like Fight Club, or if you liked Pulp Fiction at all, even if it's not the best, if you thought, hey, that's got potential. There's one called Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah,
That's a good.
That is, to me, that was the high water mark of movies.
So, there was a movie, there are 2 movies, and it was, I can't remember the name of it for nothing. It wasn't like a big release or nothing, but it's become like a cult classic following thing. And it's these 2 brothers that are getting revenge that they've got the tattoos on their hands.
I can't think what that one is either, but I know I've seen it.
If you've seen it, I love the movie. There's two, the first two I loved, absolutely great movies. I
What
got
time we
time
supposed to be here?
I don't know.
Just show up at normal time. and just-
I know, it's spring break, I refuse to be here at normal time. This morning I was working at normal time, I had a meeting with the co-op student this morning.
Not at work talk. We're just at work.
But just don't do it. Normal time is what-
So, we're definitely seeing some roasts going on.
Yeah.
Seeing some pop culture. I think we should set a goal that by July, we've got Colton on a bike.
Oh, yeah. He's
Now,
gotta
I've
get
got two of them. We can put him on one and just go.
Before we put me on a bike, let's make sure my knee's not screwed up.
It's
Well,
a
sir,
small
you
bike.
have to go to the doctor to make sure.
Hey, I went to TOA yesterday and got an MRI done, get off my back.
It's a small bike. It'll be fine. You know what I could
This is
do?
gonna sound bad, Joe, I'm kinda hoping this long.
Sorry, the Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Oh, have you seen it?
Yeah, my favorite line out of the movie. I can't go to the store and buy a pack of smokes without running into 6 people. You fucked. That is my
I love
either that or I'm losing my name card. Tombstone. When,
I'm a Huckleberry.
no,
I'm in my prime.
no, and it's not Tombstone. It's not Tombstone. Oh, the actor just died.
He was in Tombstone. He was in Top Gun. Val Kilmer.
No, not Val Kilmer. Trevall.
Oh, okay. He was the in Days of Thunder.
Yeah, but he was also in a western. And the movie, I'm having it
All
on
his name
form.
Brokeback Mountain.
No.
Never seen that one.
It's the one where they
Something
moved,
that's
where they
not-
moved,
Yes.
where they moved a farm across the. Anyways, he said, if a man don't want to, if a man's not willing to cheat for a poke, he don't want it. That's my 2 favorite movie lines.
Yep.
So
Gus
honestly,
McCrae is the one that said that.
Yeah.
So honestly, let's if we're gonna talk some movie lines, let's go straight up to I believe it was either in Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, with the character Bricktop, the British gangster. In the words of the Blessed Virgin Mary, come again. Best movie line ever.
I don't know, the racer in me said, while we're under caution, I want you to go out there and hit the pace car.
Yeah.
Hit the pace car. You know they got everything on the track. I want you to be perfect.
Yeah.
That got told to me one
You know
night.
they're supposed to be making a second one of those.
I hope so.
So, of all the movies that the sequel's coming out for, one I'm most excited for, Spaceballs 2.
Are they? I didn't know this.
Oh, they're done filming.
Really?
It's gonna be in. They've got a year
I
of
see your
post-production.
See, the only
mine.
The only
It's not the
sequel
size.
that has ever lived up to any movie was Top Gun.
No, Spaceballs is going to. Cause did you even
Hey,
see the name of it? Spaceballs 2: The Quest for More Money.
I hope
Comb the desert.
I hope it does, but I'm telling you, Top Gun
Top
is
Gun.
the
That Top Gun was Maverick. or-
Maverick that
Oh,
lived up.
yeah, that
Yes,
was
hands down.
The only here's my problem with that. Dude has been in the Navy as a fighter pilot for 30 years
Can't make it past Captain.
and can't make it past.
That's
that.
a line in the movie.
Like, you're already kicked out at that point. You
He
know,
said,
but-
Well,
despite
higher
your
tenure would kick you out.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
You're
said,
done.
despite your best efforts, you cannot die. You cannot make it past Captain.
Yeah.
The part, I think the part that is hardest for me is when you look at Tom Cruise. He looks like he's 10 feet tall on stage.
It
Guy's
was on
4
like
foot 2.
yeah, he's short.
They had to.
He's literally like 5'6".
Yeah, they had to put him up in War of the
crate.
Worlds. In War of the Worlds, they had to put him uphill of Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. Well, in the first Top Gun with Nicole Kidman, they had to put them in their scenes together, stand them on a box. Come on.
That's like Kevin
Costner. Word
Costner.
for quad.
That Kevin Costner that played in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
You know, as the hardest right wing person there was. He's the biggest lefty.
Actually, you know the most hilarious thing I've ever seen Costner in. If you ever want to see just Costner caught off guard, watch The Postman.
Yes.
Yes.
The scene with Tom Petty. to when Tom Petty's got him, he's taking him on the tram ride and people are cranking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what are you really doing up here? And you know, Tom Petty had that whole line. He goes, nothing, man. I'm just up here for the ride. Leadership's got its perks.
That it does.
I wouldn't know. I still can't find my way up shit mountain. I'm stuck in the middle.
Well, you know, coming back to this though, like business, everybody's got to be looking for an out. You're literally building like a passive income. I'm playing with a little bit of crypto. You're playing with a little bit of crypto. You've got
I'm
a
just trying to
land
keep
clearing
my-
business. You don't need crypto. You already have an appreciating
Well, and
asset.
not only that, but with the farm you guys have, I mean, if someone offered you one, like, you're good.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and, you know,
I'm just
and-
working to keep my, if I had daughters, thankfully I have two boys, I don't have two daughters. If I had
That's
daughters,
like
I'd
having
just-
2 Mustangs or 2 Corvettes.
Well, let me tell you, let me tell you something, I'm screwed. Brett's truck broke down the other night, and we're flat towing, which, don't tell me how dangerous flat towing is. I know exactly how dangerous flat towing is. Hence the reason we did it at 9 o'clock at night and went back roads the whole way. We only broke the strap twice with a truck that didn't have a drive line in it. But anyways, Brett's so happy to show Charlie the boat. He said, we're going to, my oldest showing the boat, we're going to take him on the boat. Charlie goes, I don't know. I don't think the motor's big enough for me to enjoy riding on it. If that tells you how
You're done.
screwed, if that tells you how screwed for money I am.
Yeah.
My 8-year-old son goes, it doesn't have a big enough motor on it for it to be fun to me.
Yeah, you know, he's your kid.
I've got a y'all Oh, Jumbo. It'll get up and move.
He's already got his heart set on a pure stock.
So here's what we gotta do,
It's-
we can save him a lot of money, we just gotta get him on a bike.
Yeah.
Tell you what, this is gonna
I'm
sound
allergic.
awful.
Look,
But I'll put it out here on this, I'm 80% sure I can make this happen.
I have.
How would you like to take the Can-Am out?
You don't understand. I have $437 in my pocket right now. In the morning, not including child support, because I gotta pay daycare tonight. I'll have probably $180. I'm allergic to money.
Well, here, I'm gonna help you more efficiently get ready. Have you
I don't
seen
need
the
any
cost-
help. I mean-
Have you seen the cost of accessories?
Yeah.
So, here, the Can-Am, this is the best thing I can tell you about Can-Am riding. You like quads, right?
Love cars.
You like sport bikes,
Love
right?
sport bikes. No,
So how would
no,
you-
no, I like street bikes. I don't like sport bikes.
But you like your crotch rockets.
No, I don't like crotch rockets. I've never been a crotch rocket.
So, I
I like
want you to
cruisers.
imagine getting on to something that feels like a four-wheeler,
Yeah.
handles like a crotch rocket, sits like a cruiser.
Yeah, probably that can't end, I'd say.
Yeah, so it's like what happens is there's a medical condition that you'll get. Now the 600 might not give that to you, but the 900 will. Anything bigger will just screw up your perception. It's going to take the surgeons hours for them to smile from your face when you get off that.
I'll tell
You're
you-
like, how the fuck can this thing
I have a
be?
question. I tell you what, y'all are gonna go all this guy. You wanna know what I want to go?
No, AI came up with that.
Okay, dude. This is like the slingshot.
Have you
But
seen
people that don't
Jimmy's?
have low testosterone.
I just like, I Q respect him, F off. Jimmy's.
No, the slingshot thing, it's
but
all like
anyways,
the slingshot.
I gotta get
two
where I'm more
front,
comfortable.
one in the back, but
Right
you're
now,
side by
I'm
side,
sitting
you're a
right
seat
now.
belt.
Yeah, no, that's a big thing, though. You gotta have
And
that.
that's the cool part. That's kind of cool that you don't have more than home.
Offer
But you
stands,
got
I
all
can get-
this.
I can get that
It's
for you.
very car. Now it's cool car, but that's just a
I can
Chevy
only
Cruze
do
under
that
the
shit.
hood. I haven't heard you say you
There
want Cruze
again,
yet.
no,
Buy cheap
but
stuff.
what got me is whatever I buy next
Slingshot.
bike was, I'm gonna have to, which, and they screwed up and let me
Well,
rent it for
and
24 hours.
depending on what you want to go for cheap, I've seen
Just
them
for
for
the
like
record,
4 to 6 with
I went to
almost no
Myrtle
miles
Beach
on
and from Gatlin.
it. And it don't need any work. Plus,
Left turn, right
we could
turn,
show you,
in a
not
place
that
I've
you
never
need
been
that,
to,
but we're
slingshot.
better than the typical video that's out there. I can
That's
show you
what
some
made
shortcuts
it
where you can do all the belt checks and maintenance yourself. Because just like Harley or any other premium brand, Can-Am wants you to come home relatively frequently. So we learned how to check the bands in the transmission and do all that stuff ourselves. And I've even got a guy that's willing to do the front tires and everything for you. So no big tire change, it takes 10 minutes. And I've got the big 36 millimeter sockets and everything else. You can take them off.
I did tell somebody the other day that I'm gonna have to get something I can quit surviving. At some point, the racing just gotta take me with them.
Let me suggest the H2.
What was that bike Honda made, that street bike, not street bike, cruiser bike Honda made that had 4 carburetors on
That's the Valkyrie that was carved, or the Goldwing that was carved. The Valkyrie had 6.
it? 6, that's what it
And
was.
you were looking at a Valkyrie.
I was, I'd still like to.
Do you want to hear something really crazy?
What?
Now, you know my brother runs a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And he's got one of every Go Fast part on it.
Yeah,
His daughter's bike whoops his ass by a full second and a quarter.
I'll tell you what has changed.
And
for
she's
me.
got a 500cc bike.
Miss Doss hates it when she gets stuck behind me. There is no more desire to go fast in me.
Well, that's where you can have some serious fun. But yeah, it's V-twin time. If you don't want to go fast,
But I don't want to look old.
you don't necessarily look
V-twins
old.
you look like an old guy driving a V-twin.
Your Harley's a V-twin. All Harleys are V-twins.
Yeah, but anybody besides Harley that makes V-twin, they put on a gold wing.
No, V-twin,
Goldwing's an old guy
a
bike.
Goldwing actually runs a horizontally opposed 6 like a Subaru. Same as the Valkyrie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Goldwings have always had, like the Valkyrie was the sport version of the Goldwing.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
So they run on Boxer 6. So it's much closer to BMW than it is anything else. It's just it's done right there because obviously look at the miles you can put on it.
Yeah,
And the maintenance is next to nothing.
yeah.
But if you want something that's got that torque so you're satisfying enough away from lights, but you really don't care about top end, that's the beauty of the V-twins. I mean, like now, like I was telling you, like my niece's little 500 will smoke that Boxer 6. It's a parallel twin out of the Ninja 500. It's just in a cruiser. I mean, I've honestly considered getting one because it's about 400 pounds soaking wet.
probably better wrap this one up. He's already
Yeah.
told his wife he's on his way home. Well, we got it off the ground.
Yeah,
Who's
this-
in charge of the editing?
Yeah, I think it looks like me right now. We'll try it.
We're gonna get you the video there. I'm like, why don't we plan on? And you guys hear us like we're gonna edit this tomorrow. We got some time. Tomorrow. I gotta reinstall shortcuts. And reinstall when you want to use.
I
You might as well come in on this too. Just jump in. Come on, jump in. It'll be better than banging your head against the wall while people in skills ain't listening.
I got a judge at skills contest.
Sorry.
I'm gonna tick everybody off. Grumpy old guy. We should have called this kid off my lawn.
Great pride. Hey, we can have great pride days in here too.
We should have called this kid
There,
off.
there you go. Like,
But I'm gonna-
Hey, you know what? We talked about Spaceballs. Merchandising.
Yeah.
Great pride. Get off my lawn.
I'm gonna piss everybody off first thing in the morning. I'm gonna tell about half of them they can't win my shot. They show up in Hey Dudes. I love Hey Dudes. I got a pair in my office.
I've gone to ground defending Hey Dudes.
Hey Dudes is a hill I will die on.
Absolutely.
Hey-
My thought is this: a lot of folks run tennis shoes, right?
Yeah.
God bless them. Let them do their thing. But I love to get under people's skin with that one.
He won't wear tennis shoes unless he's in athletic shorts in the gym.
That's right.
I can't wear tennis shoes because I'm flat footed. They don't fit me good. That's the reason I like my Hey Dudes.
I wear Asics because they give me enough arch support and everything.
Yeah.
You know, I like my tennis shoes. If I'm not wearing my boots, I'm wearing tennis shoes.
See, I just won't. I got busted doing it, so I just don't do it now. And then it's like, honestly, I was picking on people for being like old dads because like, and I'm the one that I'm guilty of this. You said Asics, which is kind of a sin. I got New Balance.
Yeah. But hey, when I was in the Army, New Balance all I wore.
Well,
I
New
loved
Balance,
them.
we were issued New Balance, and then everybody went out and got Nike. I didn't, and that's not because I was super smart or anything. When they were going out and buying shoes, I'm on home turf after boot camp, so I went out and drank. I didn't have money for new shoes. You know what? Everybody, when they got out of those boring old gray New Balance, their PRT time went up. Because there was a better, lighter shoe.
Right.
It actually does matter. But I love getting under people's skin about that. I say if you're going to break the rules, if you're going to wear something that's not proper, like casual shoe, boot, or dress shoe, make it on purpose. Get the Hey Dudes. Make it on purpose.
I mean, I've got other shoes besides my Asics that I'll wear. I've got when I'm not at work, and I go riding. I got my riding boots for that too.
I'm not going to lie. Come summer, I'll be riding in the Hey Dudes with no socks.
Yeah.
I have permanent burn lines on my feet from riding in sandals. I rode from Scottsville, Kentucky, to LaPorte, Indiana in sandals.
No,
No.
I don't do sandals at all.
I'm getting to where I can wear flip flops when I go to the pool,
I don't do that.
but other
Well,
than that, I just
sandals.
don't do it.
Like-
Like Jesus sandals.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the old
Your Jerusalem
Well,
Cruisers?
Yes.
They actually look pretty similar to the Jerusalem Cruise. I like them stealing that name too. They actually look pretty similar to that.
I don't like sandals.
They're Hey Dude brand sandals.
I'm telling you, man, what's bad is Hey Dude know that it's September, or it's March, and I always order me and my oldest son a set of Hey Dudes every year in March. I bet I got 8 pairs of them. I got a pair of leather ones that look,
No, I think we got the same pair probably. I got the light brown, or that like
mine's
medium
called
brown
the
ones.
Houston Rodeos.
Oh no, we got different ones. I got some brown Hey Dudes I wear. People think are dress shoes all the time.
Oh my God. You know, when my wife watches this, I give her so much shit about the shoes she has, and she's like, because she likes Toms, right? And we
Yeah,
just-
Yeah,
everybody-
Toms are good.
Everybody-
Everybody.
I've
But,
never worn a
okay,
pair of
but
Toms.
we have a dedicated like 6-tier rack for Tom. When I first met her, we were friends. We was me, her, and a couple other people was eating lunch in the break room. The librarian came in, and my wife was like, "Oh," or she looks at her shoes. She goes, "Oh, are those Toms?" And the librarian was like, "Oh," she's like, "No, they're Bob's." And my wife goes, "Oh." So I called her out on it as soon as she left, and I still give her hell about it every now and then.
So-
but she loves her shoes. I'm like, baby, you gotta give her these shoes. She's trying to sell like some of those Toms she's never worn before.
See, we have this discussion at home sometimes. My wife buys inexpensive shoes because she won't spend a lot of money on herself.
Yeah.
So like I forgot what brand they were. It's not the on files, but there was another brand of like nursing shoes that look more like they're more like clogs. But they're, you know, because she likes her Crocs for outside, so I found this set of clogs that works like it. And they were only like $100 for a pair.
See, that's what shoe I will never wear. If you ever catch me in a pair of Crocs, we got a problem.
You know what? I made that promise to myself, and then my daughter bought me a pair. And I like them around the yard and garden working and stuff, especially in the garden working. But I don't have a garden like you guys do. You guys have a field that's set up as a market garden. And like a serious greenhouse. I have little garden patches. They work out good because I can hose them off.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. But no, but I'm like one of those guys. Though. I'm like you though. We got the shoe wall in the house, and
I got a pair of pull-on boots, I got a pair of lace-up boots, and I got 8 pairs of Hagens.
well, again, not sponsored, but I'm gonna turn you guys on to another company. You ever heard of Thursday Boot Company?
No.
Okay, so you know how like a set of Ariats, a real set of Ariats run $250, $300.
Absolutely.
So these,
Yeah, they're a little bit more than that. We did.
I don't know, I don't
We
Based
bought
on,
the
like-
boys
like Ropers
some Cody
with-
Jones.
I mean like ropers
I don't wear
with rubber
Cody
bottoms.
$300.
These Twisted X's, I just bought them over Christmas break. No, I bought them on my firewood money out of the ice store. Twisted X's cost me $350.
So Thursday boots run between 160 and $250 on average.
Yeah.
They are they're all double stitched, full grain leather, Goodyear welted, resolable, like suede lined and everything else. They have everything from tennis like sneaker style shoes. They got all your like dress boots and everything else, all the way up to like hikers and stuff like that. But they are a manufacturer direct. They got a dude that does websites in there, and they sell direct. Like you can't go to a store and buy them.
I like my Red Wings.
I love Red Wings.
I like my Twisted X's.
Now, in your case, that's work shoes too. I'm actually thinking of buying a set of these for riding boots. If my Ariats ever wear out, where I got a set of Bates with Vibram soles.
You think Ariat's a good boot?
The Ariats
No.
are good.
Ariats are not a good, they don't have any life to them.
These have held up all right, but I'm not in the environment you're in.
They,
I got these as a casual boot and a riding boot.
they don't have any life to them.
These have held up okay. My first pair, no, they did not. But I liked them better than Justin's.
Justin's a horrible boot.
I know well. I was in frickin' northern Indiana buying boots. There's a limited selection. I don't know much about Western boots. I know about Bates. All right, guys.
Yeah, I think we called it a day.
I think
Let's
so.
go home.
All right. So, guys, this is Life at 50-ish. Inaugural, kicking it off, and kind of a variety show. Talking about a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we kind of covered a lot
Get
of
off my
stuff.
lawn.
Get off
Great
my
pride,
lawn.
man. Great pride.
Great pride.
So I think like
second half syndicate.
second half syndicate. I don't know. Are we go second half syndicate or are we go Great Pride?
We can do both.
It is a variety show.
If it picks up and people want merch, I mean, we can always do whatever.
We'll sell you merch even if we don't pick up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Merch. Merch.
Oh, he's got merch design, hoodies,
Yeah.
t-shirts. If we can get,
I
my
need a
thoughts-
shirt that says it's not the years, it's the miles.
that would fit.
That would fit.
So if we go 10 episodes or so, might be worth doing.
Yep, might be. So, anyways, let's wrap it up.
All
Go
right.
home. Shit, we can get out of here early. Let's get out early.